2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brett Berry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sidelines. We'll see the Cleveland Cavaliers taking on the Washington Wizards. So Cleveland will get the first possession. Now Sexton. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for Cleveland, Love is the 4 with Thompson in the middle. Sexton and Smith are the guard tandem. And it's Hood in at the 3 slot. Sexton's shot is good. Opening night is upon us. Every team looking to come out of the gate strong. As we know, only half are going to get to the end.
Don't tell them that, Kevin.
I know you can't.
Let it breathe a little bit.
Yeah.
It is a long season. The teams, as we've seen in the past, sometimes what we're watching here tonight, 6 or 7 members of that team might not be on it come February. So you got to temper your expectations. Watch the way guys have maybe improved from last season coming into this season. Excited about young teams and the opportunity of their potential, but things can change quickly in this league.
But don't you love the optimism at this time of year?
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Everybody's fired up for the opportunity to show what it is, especially as a player, what you worked on in the offseason to bring it to the hardwood and show your coaching staff the type of work you put in.
And in the post, Wall's got a pretty well-developed game for a point guard. He can navigate his way through the big bodies with very few problems.
Sexton kicks to Hood. The pass to Sexton. The dish to Thompson. And here's Sexton. He's guarded by Howard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. That one off the back iron and out.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Oh, man, he'd love to have that one back. He just does everything right, but doesn't get the finish.
Now, here's Sexton. Dwight Howard missing his last shot. Now, here's Sexton. They get a hand on it. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And so it's Cleveland with it. Beal against Smith. 6 on the shot clock. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
JR may be leaking out just a little bit, but has a strong sense of where to run to get the score.
Morris against Love. The kick out to Wall. Morris with the screen for Wall. Floats one up. Second shot opportunity, and the whistle blows, so a chance here for a three-point play.
And that is one thing he does very well. His intensity on the glass helps lead to these high percentage putbacks for his team.
Washington shooting their first free throw of the evening.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
One shot.
That one drops. He ties it up. There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Saturansky against Hill. Love outside. The kick out to Hill. That's in there. Love with the assist. Hill's got his first 3 points of the game. So at the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. Cleveland ahead. They lead by 3. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. Growing up the youngest of 5 with 4 older sisters, John Wall said it taught him a lot. And Wall had his challenges certainly growing up. We all know those stories, losing his father at a young age. But his mother, his aunts, Greg, his sisters, they protected him.
Helped him to get where he is now. We see it so often. A young man making it to the NBA is really a victory for the entire family.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. What stands out to you from the Cavaliers in this one?
I mean, through that first quarter, to me, it's all about their D.
There's a lot of ways to build a lead. This one's built on stops.
On the floor for Cleveland getting going here in the second. Nance is inside along with Love. Then there's Kyle Korver. Then it's George Hill. And it's Osman in at the shooting guard. Now here's Love. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Now here's Oubre, guarded by Korver. Oubre kicks to Saturansky. Green with a screen for Saturansky. Pass to Rivers. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland. A minute 42 left in the first half of the game. And for the Cleveland Cavaliers in this roster, Brent, a lot of sharpshooters that can get hot at any time.
Well, 3rd in the league last season in made threes, and the team does a really good job of drawing and kicking and finding shooters. And they had the 5th best rated offense last year, mostly because of how well they shot the ball from distance.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
Back to Oubre. And here's Rivers. Back to Oubre. Connects from three-point range. Oubre's got his first 3 points of the game.
I like that, staying alert. Rivers keeping his head up to find the open man.
Hill against Saturansky. Hill left side. Oh, Nance in position. Hammers the alley-oop through.
This is a nice connection with Larry Nance Jr. Throw it his way. He'll take care of the rest.
And that unleashed chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. He got right to the cup using that screen. Rivers has got his first bucket in this one. Outside Hill. We've got 13 seconds left in the second quarter. Love outside. They get it again. And the rejection by Mahimi. Good on the bucket. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Cavaliers lead by 4. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. They were unable to ever build a big lead in the first period, with 3 points being their largest cushion. If you look at the second quarter scoring, they had a small edge. They really hung tough as we got close to halftime. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
They were really efficient on offense, shared the basketball well, great shot selection. That accounted for a high field goal percentage in the first half.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Washington?
Well, they remind me of Arizona. They were flat defensively. They didn't collapse at the end. They allowed over 50% shooting. I expect them to come out much more aggressive in the second half and try to take the lead early on.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
The dome of the U.S. Capitol building looking absolutely grand as we make our return to Washington, D.C. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Last season, Brent, the addition of two-way contracts, does that make developing players in the G League even more valuable than it was before?
I believe last year, Kevin, that almost 50% of the players in the league, and it might have been a smidge more, had some kind of G League experience.
It's terrific.
And that's phenomenal.
Yes.
We're almost close to the 30 for 30 affiliation in the G League. You saw a success story last year in Quinn Cook coming up and getting a contract with the Warriors. This is awesome for the league. They've also upped the minimum contract for G League players to $35,000. All of these signs and the way that teams are using the G League, extremely positive, Kevin.
Inside, we've got Morris and Howard. Wall and Beal pair together at the 1 and the 2. And it's Porter in at the small forward position. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Bradley Beal became a first-time All-Star in 2018, but he knows the next step, becoming a better leader. He said, sometimes I can be nonchalant, locked into myself and not saying anything. It's just my personality, and as a leader, you can't be that way. You have to encourage your teammates and don't be afraid to say things. Don't be afraid to be a leader. Kevin?
Good story, D.A. Thank you. Now here's Beal following the miss by Rodney Hood. Shot clock at 6. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. For Washington, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. Morris, no good on the free throw. And Markieff Morris out of Kansas, a spread 4, as they say.
And able to stripe it from anywhere on the floor. A good secondary scorer who can also create his own shot on the block at times.
David Nwaba is checked in for Cleveland. Jordan Clarkson comes in for Smith. And so here's Cleveland. Bradley Beal unable to get his shot to go. Thompson passes to Sexton. And it's sent back by Howard.
Well, that's where he is just a force. Such a great internal clock in terms of his timing to go up and block those shots, Kevin.
Morris with the screen for Wall. And stolen by Love. Here's Nwaba. Pass to Clarkson. Down low. Clock at 6. Thompson misses. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Count it, and the Cavalier lead has been cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Beal.
The mindset right now is pretty strong. Superb at staying aggressive, and right now stringing some plays together.
Love with the screen on Wall. Now here's Sexton, covered by Wall. Love with the screen on Wall. Sexton. Love kicks to Clarkson. That's in there. Love with the assist. Love's got his 3rd assist on the night.
Clarkson draining one from deep, something he has to continue to work on. Stretch out the floor.
And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No good on the free throw.
And Wall has said he wants to be in the MVP conversation moving forward. A terrific floor general with unreal athleticism.
That's off as well, so he misses both. It could go. No good on that last second attempt there. And so it's Cleveland heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They've been giving John Wall all sorts of problems. He still hasn't been able to solve their defense. We come back right after this. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
Just 1 quarter left in regulation. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. On the court for Cleveland, Nance and Thompson are up front. Then there's Jordan Clarkson, and it's Osman in at the 2-guard spot. Now here's Nance. Now back to Nwaba. Here's Osman. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Inside. Count it, and the Cavalier lead has been cut to just 5 on the basket from Porter.
Interior D lacking, and it couldn't be at a worse time giving up that easy one.
Well, just an incredibly slow rotation. That is someone's responsibility and something they're going to need to discuss.
Here's Osman. Porter with the steal. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. Meeks outside, and he's good on the 3-ball. Now just a 2-point Cleveland lead.
I like that recognition, effortlessly getting his teammate the ball in a spot where he knows he can do something with it.
And the Cavaliers call time here.
Yeah, I mean, it's an opportunity to kind of regroup and discuss ways to maximize these possessions.
And therein lies the trick, discussing ways to be aggressive but not committing turnovers.
And Washington making a change here. Oubre's checked in. Cleveland also making some changes. Kevin Love's checked in for Nance. Rodney Hood comes in for David Nwaba. And Smith subbed in for Jetty Osman. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. With this game in the balance, he really came after his guys. He said, this is our time. Right now, be in the moment with each other. Do your job, and I promise you we'll win this game. Back to you.
All right, David, thanks. And here's Wall. After J.R. Smith getting his 3 to go. Shoots over Clarkson and misses it off the right side of the rim. Cleveland leading by 5. Hood, the pass to Clarkson. He dishes it to Love. 5 on the clock. Shoots over Oubre. The shot's good from Love. Love's got the lead up to 7 now for Cleveland.
Love hitting that shot with consistency there, mid-range J.
And Wall kicks to Beal. 54 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Howard connects. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Now, Dwight Howard is used to being the go-to guy earlier on in his career in Orlando for sure, but a remarkable time for him to come up big.
That's a pick by Love. And there's the call on Howard. That's his first foul. Morris is checked in for Washington. Sexton, he's checked in for Cleveland. "36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 6 to shoot. Here's Love. The shot missing. Good work defensively by Morris. And it's Kevin Love with the foul. That's his third foul of the game. Washington calls timeout. They're trailing by 5. 23 seconds left in the fourth. And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Love.
And as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan, to get it to him in the paint and just let him go to work. And boy, has the big fella delivered. He has just killed them down low.
A good decision right there from Dwight. Excellent awareness on that particular play.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play, sponsored by Under Armour Hover Habit.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game out.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
And how about the explosiveness of Sexton, a crafty floor general who is consistent in how hard he attacks the defense.
And just like that, this game is a 2-possession affair.
Washington calls timeout. They're trailing by 5. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
It's going to be interesting to see what they draw up to get this quick shot.
They love to get it into the hands of their best scorer, but you also need a backup plan. Plan B has to be covered.
Right side wall. On the wing, Morris. Good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Well, that is NBA level right there.
No doubt. Professional move all the way. Puts the team on his back when it matters most.
Shooting 2.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
Pretty evident the kind of player that J.R. Smith is. Really a Wild West gunner and a guy who can win you games and sometimes put your team in a little bit of a bind if he gets streaky shooting the basketball.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
They have a chance to tie it up.
That next shot has to come from behind the arc. Only a 3 is going to save him.
And that's an intentional foul.
shot.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And he ends up making the second, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So it's a narrow win for the Cavaliers, pulling it out. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Tristan, congrats on the win. What was Coach's focus going into the game tonight?
Coach got after us, told us to start, we got to play defense. Just can't come in here and just let them make a score opportunity. We got to play defense and get back.
Well, it looks like you listened to him. Thanks, Tristan. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. And we'll see you next time.